sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Texans, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A gain of 4 yards play. This time they double and pick up 6. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop the team that has won 5 games in a row?
For me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
It's a first down following a gain of 3. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to find out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And a long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Strong. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football. Even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him, and that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Nick Chubb stops short. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start with the option. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. That's a quick first down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, He doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
Willis with another keeper. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff up the middle. Goodson, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Willis looking to throw it. And he finds Howard complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 4 and 4. They kept it simple there, CD. They needed a short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They know what they're doing early in the game.
Again, it's Williams. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they said? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. 3rd down, it's Willis. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 3. Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come and have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, the return from his end zone is great. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Back to throw. Strong. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. You get a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on it, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, Strong. Over the middle, complete. That's Hunt. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, that's habits. They can be somewhat predictable. You know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say. Yeah, without a doubt, that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next drive.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now Chubb running right. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. And, of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Being chased, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello to Big Way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try again with Chubb. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone.
And now the rookie's free. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Malik Willis, 82 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. And after all that, they're going to start out with unbelievable field position on the return. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Strong. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. The Texans going to signal for their 4th and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Here's Smith to return it.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete.
Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now Willis.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to get a little forward here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun on 3rd down. Strong.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the error pass. 4th down coming up. York able to send this one through.
And that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles, but they're trailing.
And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Going for it all. And this one is incomplete.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One of the best online making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
To throw on third down. Strong, flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now drive to start with great field position is facing fourth down.
York able to send this one through,
and that'll make this a 7-point game.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 10, Willis. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A give running right is Chubb. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On 1st and 10, Strong. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 3rd down, Strong. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Bryant. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. And get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
On 4th down, Strong. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if finally kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now on 2nd and 13, Willis. He'll drop this down to Williams. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play fake. Here's Willis. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Right back to the air again with Willis. Able to find Pryor. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And some room to maneuver. 108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage. He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Off play action. Strong. On Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
York able to send this one through,
and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Willis.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Willis. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And Willis keeping it himself on the option.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
On first down, Willis.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10.
His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Back to throw, Willis.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
2nd down and goal.
Willis.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Williams.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
Willis, gotta have this one.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down. Strong. And going deep for Hill. Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tyreek Hill. 81 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Here's Willis. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And now here is another interception. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They begin this drive with Chubb. Powers through it. And
he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
127 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's second down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Browns, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.